Is yo boy, Misfit, Hunter Fultz, whatever you guys want to call me. We're gonna be checking out Asmongold. UK is finally waking up to reality. This video just came out 41 minutes ago. Figure we could check this out. So with that being said, let's get into it. If you guys are new, hit that follow, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, leave a like. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Let's do this.
The whole nation is shocked by the rape gang scandal. Thousands of young teenage girls systematically raped over years by men of predominantly Pakistani heritage. Girls like Jane, who was repeatedly gang raped at the age of just 12. The police found her being abused by an illegal immigrant. But instead of arresting the illegal immigrant, they arrested her.
Nah.
What? On some real shit. You've got to be fucking kidding me, bro. Are you? Did I hear that right? We need to run this back, Turbo. We need to run this back.
They arrested her.
Whoever arrested that woman, you failed that woman. Period. And you should be held accountable for that. You should be charged for that. That is negligence. It's disgusting. What the actual fuck? Most importantly, that right there should be an eye-opener, bro. An eye-opener.
Nah, bro. Like, nah.
That is sick. The last government took action by setting up the wider J inquiry and the grooming gangs task force. But the truth is, that is not enough. There is now clear evidence that those in authority covered up these rapes because the perpetrators were mainly of Pakistani heritage.
It don't make a fuck what race, color, and or motherfucking creed you are. If you are doing this and there is evidence of stoop amount of evidence, you should be charged. And you should be tried under the court of law. Not arresting the victim, bro. That ain't justice. That is malice, bro. That is malice to the core, and that there needs to be some charges. There needs to be some charges.
Last week,
I do think that they are actively trying to hide the ethnicities to not create further racial division. I think it's pretty obvious.
I'm only speaking for myself here. I'm only speaking for myself. So, what I say, I'm not trying to, indoctrinate you guys or whatever. I'm just giving you guys my 2 cents here. It don't make a fuck. It don't make a fuck who you are, what skin color you are, what religion you are. It don't make a fuck. There's no excuse for this right here. Yes, I can understand the race part. There being even more diversity here, but at the end of the day, it don't make a fuck, bro. It don't make a fuck. I'm only saying this for me. I don't give a fuck what color you are, what race you are, what creed you are, man. If you respect me, I respect you. Period. Now, once you cross that unrespect line, it don't make a fuck who you are. There ain't gonna be no respect given. But this right here, That's There's no excuse for this. You cannot throw race at this. You cannot throw nothing at this. Yes, I understand that probably why, but it's not an excuse, and should not be an excuse on why you failed to protect an innocent civilian. Once again, negligence. Whoever arrested that woman needs to be charged. Period.
Obvious that's happening. And I forgot which European country it was, but one of them did actually stop reporting on the ethnicities or making them like formally
That's not journalism. That's not journalism. If you have a job, giving, right? And this is just my opinion, bro. I feel like if you have a job to where you have to document what's going on, present it out to the public, so the public knows what's going on. Don't leave out things. Because the moment you start leaving out anything, it could be a last name, whatever, that ultimately starts building distrust. I'm just being honest. Why leave this out? Why? No, not, look, see, here's the thing. There's a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing, but not all the sheep are bad sheep. It's kind of like you go to a garden, you walk through a garden. You're eventually going to run into one bad apple. Does that one bad apple ruin the whole entire bunch? It does if you put it into the basket, but if you throw it on the ground, then there's nothing to it. Makes sense? I know my analogies probably won't make sense with you guys, but what I'm trying to say is obviously there's going to be bad people in whatever religion, whatever country you're from. There's going to be bad people. There's going to be bad people. Not everybody is a good person. I think we all can agree to that. And it doesn't matter where you come from in the world. It doesn't. There is going to be bad people. And no, there shouldn't be persecution or anything like that because of what these the innocent, the peaceful, the kind people should not be targeted because of what somebody that just so happens to, believe the same things or whatever that you do does not mean that you should be persecuted for that individual's actions because you didn't do it. Once again, I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what skin color you are. You treat me right, I treat you right. That's period. But this is different. You're talking about a woman that had something extremely heinous happen to her. Besides you arresting the individuals that did this to this woman, you proceed to arrest the woman. I don't know what judge allowed this. I'm just saying. Makes no sense to me.
No, was that Sweden? I think it was Sweden. I didn't want to, say it, but I think it was Sweden. Yeah, it has the opposite effect. Yeah, I think it's definitely radicalizing a lot of people. Like, these are the people, by the way, if you want to, have a summoning ritual for the next Adolf Hitler, this is a pretty good way to do it. It is. And
we're going to keep it rolling. We're going to keep it rolling.
I really worry about it a lot. I do. They're speed running it. They're speed running it. And
the moment you forget your history, you are apt to recreate that history. Anyone that knows that understands that and why everyone should be fearful of that happening. Because this could really escalate that to where it's at now to a whole different level. He's not lying here.
this worries me a lot. Like I'm not a like I don't think that's going to be good either. And now we're gonna get Nigel Farage. No, Nigel Farage is not extreme enough. Like, trust me, like the kind of person that you're going to get, you don't even know what they are right now. And if you do, their views will change so much that they will not even be anything like what they are right now.
What he said right there is the truth. 110%. Do your research.
You will get someone that is truly extreme.
Extreme ain't the word for it.
I met retired Detective Chief Inspector John Pecos. In Bradford, he
And
witnessed...
people will vote for him, too. Probably a him.
Exactly. He hit the nail right on the fucking head with that.
Maybe a her. And they will vote out of pure exasperation.
Pure. He spit.
And everybody will be worse off because of it. Because these lies are being allowed to happen, and people are being told that they can't see what's in plain sight.
But see, here's the funny thing. I'm really trying to go about this in a right way here. So bear with me. But he is not wrong. Yeah. Dark times, people.
the abuse of a young girl in a car, but he was then instructed by a chief superintendent to drop the matter to avoid antagonising Bradford's Muslim community.
Then he should lose his job. I'm sorry.
Covering up the rape of young girls for that reason is one of the most immoral things I have ever heard.
Well, why don't you just put him on trial? I mean, like, the thing is that why are the people over there not asking for this guy to be put in jail? I mean, I feel like that's clearly the solution, right? I mean, you just put the guy in jail and then move on.
Thank you.
Yet not a single person,
They are?
not one,
They need to do it more.
has ever been held to account for these cover-ups. That is why we need a national statutory public inquiry which can compel production of evidence. Even last year, authorities in Manchester were still covering up, leading to the chairs of the local Manchester inquiry to resign. 5 local inquiries, which can't compel the production of evidence, just won't do. 50 towns are affected, not 5. And Bradford, where some of the worst abuse occurred, is refusing to cooperate with any inquiry at all. So there won't be an inquiry in Bradford because their council is refusing to participate. Now, Mr. Speaker.
Wow. I mean, again, I don't really understand a lot of politics.
That is absurd. That charges. Something needs to happen. Something needs to change quickly.
Politics from these other countries, right? So, like, I don't know really what recourse the public has for this, but it sure seems like whatever recourse they do have needs to be used. The UK is cooked? Yeah, it is. And I
Cooked ain't the word for it. Hey, yeah. That's... You're failing. You're failing your people, man. You're failing your people.
I'm very concerned about where this is going to go. I am. I'm very, very concerned.
Anybody in their right mind would be concerned about where this goes because, yes, it can lead to really, 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 really bad things. Once again, goes back to what I stated, man. We have signs, okay? We have signs. And through history, we were given them signs. You give somebody the foundation, the tools, whatever they need to do to get that form of basis and ideology to a form of people, you are inevitably, the worst is yet to come. History, fam. History is given to us for a reason, and that is to learn, to not go back, to not be that, to progress, and to change. For the good, not for the bad, for the good. And you have you would think people would have learned.
Concerned about this because I think I know where this is going to go, and it's going to be really, really bad.
The Home Secretary promised on the 16th of January that Baroness Casey would complete a rapid audit within 3 months. Well, 3 months has now passed, and we have heard nothing whatsoever. Almost there. The government said there would be 5 local inquiries, but we know nothing about 4 of them, and the man charged with setting them up, Tom Crowther, said to the Home Affairs Committee on the 1st of this month that
I also find it to be funny that there are so many of these like shows that, you know, it's always Britain, it's the authoritarian state. Does anybody remember what the book was that the actor had in V for Vendetta that was the banned book? What was the banned book?
Oh, fuck.
It was the Quran. Isn't that crazy?
he had been sidelined.
I have seen V for Vendetta 3 times. 3 times. In my life. And I did not know that. Till now.
By the minister over there and, quote, did not know what was going on. Now, finally, Mr. Speaker, I recently met Marlon West, whose daughter was trafficked, abused and raped by mainly Asian men, including in Bradford.
That's bad.
He said this government should be ashamed of themselves and they should hold a national inquiry. Jane, who was trafficked and gang raped at 12, also wants a statutory national inquiry. Labour Mayor Andy Burnham, Harriet Harman, and the Labour...
I think this is also probably a result of like haphazard like migration policies too, because like a lot of these guys, like I'm sure that there are plenty of people from like Pakistan that live here in the U.S. and they live in other places in the world that don't go out and gang rape young girls, right? That doesn't happen.
Exactly.
But I think that what's happened is that a lot of these people come over and they never really integrate into society in a real way. So they stay inside of these like kind of cloisters of communities, and they just become more radicalized and more alienated from like the culture that they're a part of. And then this is what the result of it is. And I think that they're setting this up for it to happen. So like in a way, like the real enemy here, like you can say, yeah, of course it's the rapist. Yeah, for sure. But like the real enemy are not the people that are the outcomes of the problem, but the people who are creating the problem.
Facts. They are ultimately setting up everyone for failure on both sides. One, He is correct. He is correct. Migrants, and it doesn't matter where they come to in the world, right? There are good migrants, okay? Obviously, everybody knows this. There's good migrants. But if you do not do any form of background check or whatever on individuals coming in and from your country, and come to find out they're just submerging themselves with the same people, not wanting to branch out. Makes sense? So they're inevitably setting themselves up, manifesting on the same ideologies, and just bringing their ideology to a different part of the country. Okay? Now, with that being said, the government is failing both parties here. One, accountability should be held accountable for these people that heinously do this to people. There needs to be charges brought to them, because there's no excuse for this. This is just downright malice, negligence, and there needs to be charges. People need to lose their positions where they're at in the government because of this. Because Asmon is extremely right. There is no good that is going to come from this. And inevitably, it is going to get bad. Bad being bad. And a scale that probably me and you have never seen. If there is no change, no immediate change, something bad's going to happen. Period. I'm just being honest. But the government has failed these people. And there needs to be change. Better yet, this right here needs to wake everybody's eyes up and to respect this country that we live in, America. I know some of you guys that watch this, you're probably not going to be from America, okay? I understand that. But everyone that calls themselves an American needs to be privileged every day. We have freedom. We are the symbolism of freedom. Freedom of religion. Freedom of speech. Freedom. Let me tell you something. We are so blessed. All of us. We are so blessed to be in a country to where we are at. Period. We're not living in mud huts with nothing. We have running water. We have grocery stores. We're not having to go and gather water in buckets that's probably contaminated with some obscured substances. Consume it, get sick from it, and then have to go and gather our food from either it being wheat or it be having to hunt and gather. We need to be appreciative of where we live. But better yet, we need to be appreciative of our neighbors. We need to be appreciative of our neighbors, and we see that there's a problem in the government like this. There needs to be some accountability here. There needs to be change. And we all need to understand that, hey, there is the migrants, man. Tell you, this is what I'm going to say on this, and this is my God's honest opinion. Okay? There is good and there is bad in every walk of life. Period. That is your job to figure out where are the bad. Weed out the bad and embrace the good. Period. So stuff like this does not happen. To where there's not negligence. To where there is not accountability. To where justice is not being served. Now, I don't know how politics work overseas. I don't. And I'm going to be honest, this is a first for me. I've never went down the whole entire UK rabbit hole here as far as, the political side of things, but it's crazy. Man, we all should be thankful every day that we live in this country, that we live in America, that we are free. Because, see, here's the thing. Okay? Yeah, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. We're going to run into this and just keep it going. But this right here is absurd. I've never, in my 24 years of living, have I ever heard some absolute downright just, yeah.
MP for Rotherham all agree. So will the
it's
Minister
the government.
do what
the
they
government is the problem.
and Marlon and Jane are all begging for and hold that national...
Yeah, no, he's completely right about that. And I think that when people in the UK get fed up with this will be a big problem. It will be a huge fucking problem.
Introducing Hardee's home-style breakfast burritos with cheese, fluffy egg, crispy hash browns.
So that was my take on Asmon's latest video. UK is finally waking up to reality. Sorry for my rants throughout this, but I wanted you guys to know where I stood by and everything, man. This is just absolutely sickening, and I hope change happens into the UK before it escalates into a point of no return. Period. With that being said, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below, man. Leave a like on this video, man. Drop a sub if you guys are new. And obviously, guys, go check out Asmon. Go check the man out. If you guys aren't already subbed to him, go check him out and go show some support, man. Wow. I don't even know. But with that being said, guys, Godspeed. God bless y'all. Peace.